What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Capital. And today we have a full house. And
Depressed full house.
It's the episode that we did not want to do.
No, I got forced to be.
I definitely wanted to.
He hasn't been here for 6 months. The last 2 episodes, because they've won the league, he's here now.
Must-win game coming up. But
No, we got
swing game.
the rest of the games are must-win games for us right now.
No,
Yeah,
now
all
they
right,
want the 100
Dominate
points.
the league like we have been.
He wants the 100 points. But yes, guys, today is a disappointing, depressing episode for us three over here, these 3 musketeers. We got a happy Scouser in the building. The 30-year drought is over for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Finally.
Congratulations.
Finally.
Congratulations.
I'm not going to call him the C word, so I'll just say that Liverpool have won the league. The other, I can leave it up to him.
No,
I'm going to call him.
it's still not believable. Like it's still like it hasn't really sunk in. I think it's gonna once we see the God of Honor done by City on Friday next week, win or
hand over
lose,
the trophy.
Hey,
hand
it's
over the
sunk in.
trophy.
It's sunk into me, bro. I
It
flushed
hasn't.
down
Well,
the
you
toilet.
guys, yeah, because you guys have been
It's sunk and I flushed down the
dreading this
toilet.
moment all year long.
Made sure it went down properly. Flushed the
All
stroke
year long,
flush.
we've been dreading this moment, but I feel like we've actually gone on a journey together this year.
Fuck off, bro. I don't get for any fucking journey.
But no,
How
it
you
feels
feeling?
good.
How you feeling?
Man, honestly, brilliant. Look, I'm trying to hold my
All right,
language back.
now that you've won it, right? Now you have to be honest with us. Every time we had a podcast, you kept saying, "Nah, we haven't won it yet. You're 17 points clear. Nah, we haven't won it yet." Really, now deep down inside, at what point did you know, even to yourself, that you've won it?
All right, so I have been thinking about this because I knew this would be a question that you'd be asking me.
He's going to say start of the season.
I reckon he still thinks they haven't won it. He goes, "Still have to win the next game."
Honestly,
it's
after,
not. It's like, you know, when you the transfer rumors. Unless he's holding the jersey, we haven't signed him. It's like, unless we got the trophy, we haven't won it
Something will
yet.
happen like
and don't forget, you
Klopp's
guys
been
are
tested
forgetting
positive for steroids.
every
and you guys
year.
get stripped.
Every year is our year. You guys are forgetting that. Every year is our year.
They start
But
match fixing with the VAR. They find out the payments, get the
You know-
demoted, relegated to Division
Hey,
2.
in all seriousness, but like we said it from Christmas, you guys won the league. And I know it's hard for you to believe because every year something goes wrong. Gerrard slips and
all of that went wrong.
Gerrard slips.
But it was
But
all
I think
Gerrard
the moment for us, and I think for most fans, and just this is just looking back, like the last couple of days, obviously we've been celebrating, watching videos, watching how the season's gone so far, all the Optus Sports short videos. I think the moment was against you guys at our home when we beat you guys 2-0, and I think that's when we started chanting, you know, now you'll believe us. And that's when we started to believe. And I think even Klopp admitted today it was that game just before we went to quarantine as well for 3.5 months where there was something different in that stadium. Something that we have experienced in the last 2 seasons, but that game there.
You guys were saying now you don't believe us because obviously we knocked you off your perch back in the days, and then
Back
now
in
you
the
guys
days.
come back at us. For me, the turning point was in you guys against Man City. That was
Absolutely
like
as well.
your competition's now been knocked off. Man City was your one competition. It's like see you later.
It's not just that, but you're forgetting, well, after we beat you guys, because we drew against you guys first during the season away at United.
Which we should have won. Yep.
Well,
That's why
unfortunate.
Am I
Unfortunate.
speaking anything incorrectly?
But
or
when we beat you guys, I think that's when we actually beat every single team in the Premier League. Now,
Yep,
you know,
yep.
every
We're on
team
an
has been
unbeaten
beaten.
run. You're 100% record.
100% record, and we've beaten
beaten
every single team in front of us, including you guys. You guys are the only ones that actually took points away from us initially before that game. So I think after that, that's when I started like, wait a minute. We've got City towards the end of the season. We've got Chelsea towards the end of the season. We've still got Spurs towards the end
There's
of
still
the
a lot
season.
to worry about.
But we've got through the majority
But
of
that
it.
was still that was like September, I think. That was that United game. So by Christmas,
no,
January.
January.
January was
When we
the
beat
the
you
one that
guys,
we
the
lost.
second
Oh,
game,
aren't
Yeah.
you talking about the one that we had a draw? Or
No,
you
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
second
no.
one?
All right,
Ah,
the second.
yeah.
That's when
the
after
second
we,
one that we
we
lost.
beat everyone, and I think for us after that game, it was just like, all right, let's go forward with this. But in regards to City, man, when you guys say when did I think like it was done, honestly, I did not want to admit nothing because every time something good would go happen.
All right, I know you
with
didn't
Liverpool-
want to
I don't blame
admit
you.
it, but when did you think, you know what, I don't want to say it, but we've won it? Did you ever have that moment, or was it
Surely
just...
you would have had the moment at home.
or
You know what? The moment actually came. Our struggle in the last couple of seasons has been, well, we can always come against the big
came
teams.
against when Chelsea beat City.
City.
Yeah, when Lampard was
But
named the
Every
manager of
season we
Chelsea.
played well against the big teams, against United, Chelsea, but the teams that we didn't do well against were always the smaller teams. The teams that, you know, we went
Yeah, but that's always the
behind.
case in the Premier League. Haven't you
No,
realised
but
for
how
big
many
clubs?
times have we gone behind in the last couple of seasons that we can't fight back? Under Rodgers, I don't think we won a game at all when we went down first.
Besides the fact that you guys won it, is this your favourite English Liverpool team ever? Talent and player-wise and the way they played as a team, but obviously they won the league this year, so they must have done something right. But is it your favourite team so far, or would you say?
You know what? You know what makes me proud is that first of all, talent-wise, I think we'd all say there has been a lot more
That's
better
my keyword.
talent in other seasons. But this season, man, every player on this Liverpool team now is a legend. Every single player that played for us
Does Klopp get a statue?
is a legend.
How do you say they're all legends?
How do you not say
Your
they're
legends
legend?
don't
The
win
first
leagues. That's
time in
Gerrard.
30 years, this club has won its Premier League.
Look, that-
These guys have delivered something that all these other great players in the past haven't been able to deliver.
Yeah,
Is
you look-
Klopp has
the
delivered
word-
something.
It's
word
more so
legend
manager
Is
as
it-
well, but
is it
The
as
word-
monumental as Man City's first title win? Do you think? Would it go down as historic?
Yeah, I think so. Because
place,
I think the way they've won it too,
Yeah.
they just blew
seven
everyone out of-
games to go. It's
Yeah, and
Yeah.
with the whole legend status, I think that word gets thrown around too easily.
way too easily.
Alright, how
There
about
are
this
there are
then?
some players in that squad that, you know,
If they stay and keep going and they
I
keep
reckon
playing,
maybe
will
Klopp.
be legends.
I reckon Klopp might even get a statue one day.
Yeah,
One day.
Well, one
Yeah.
day, not obviously not now, but one day I reckon he's.
If someone like Van Dijk stays there for the next 10 years, legend.
All right, how about we put it this
But
way?
then you don't
These-
call Lovren a legend, please.
No,
Even though he's won everything, how
Please
embarrassing!
don't.
Yeah.
How embarrassing! He's won every single.
But
trophy.
put it this way, they're legends.
He went to the World
our
Cup
team.
final.
Runners up medal. Jeez.
They're legends in our team. They're always going to be remembered in our team. They're always going to be remembered as the team that won Liverpool that
Oh,
first
as
Premier
a team,
League.
they're legends,
Yeah.
but not individual players.
And listen, individual players, man, they've done unbelievable. And I think
Not
that's
a
what
single
Klopp
player there's a
has
legend.
brought to the club.
Oh.
Name one player that did not perform in that starting 11 or in the bench this season.
Yeah, no,
Name
you're
one
right.
player.
You're right. It is hard.
Everyone put in their time. Everyone put in the effort. And I
Lovren.
think that's what made a difference. Like, it kind of reminds you,
Do
honestly.
you know actually when you guys played Everton or against Crystal Palace, I think
The 4-0?
Lovren was trending on Twitter already. He's getting stick for the worst performance, and he just came on.
Yeah.
But look, Klopp has come in 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
2000
4.5 years, yeah.
4.5 years, 5 years ago.
5 seasons.
The first 2 seasons weren't the best for you guys, and look, he's made some signings that no one really expected. Look, he got Mane was the first major one,
Yep.
and he stuck around, and then I think Mane got you guys into the Champions League. Then by you getting into the Champions League you haven't been in the Champions League for a while. I think it was signing Salah, Firmino, and then look, you had the front three started ticking over. The third year in, fourth year, you see what happened last year. 1 point. I mean, every other season with the 96 points, you win
Well,
the league.
But what a story it is that
that
Klopp
was a
comes in and starts off, like we were just saying previously off camera, that the team that he picked up wasn't like compared to what he's got done now. Look what he's done in the last
But that's
5
what a good
seasons.
manager does. That's
Absolutely. And he's a puzzle. He's a
and
puzzle.
again, I can't help but compare it to United.
Yeah.
Look at the last season team that Ferguson won it with. Who did we have? Van Persie, Rooney, and then a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. A good
Cleverly.
manager can do that.
But that's what I love about managers.
Anderson was
Fergie
starting
and
with
Klopp.
Cleverly and-
Like when Fergie came into you guys, that he worked with the young kids and brought them into what they were today.
Nah,
Like
look,
at the
it's-
you know what it
Arsenal
is
team.
though.
It's so hard to hate Klopp. No one can sit there and say, I hate Klopp.
There's also something to be said about how you achieve this goal, and like you can do it the way Man City did and buy all the best of the best, and we can do how Klopp did it.
Yep.
How you said
Chelsea
buy,
as well.
buy
Let's not forget
players
Chelsea.
exactly, yeah. Buy players that aren't like
Big.
absolute world class.
Yep.
Build a team, and I think it's important to win a trophy in the
Absolutely.
way that you're like that that displays who your club is,
Yeah.
and I think that this is how you would describe Liverpool.
Klopp's done it the
Absolutely.
right way, I think. He did it the right way.
You know what? And like as well with that, like there's been a lot of banter against Liverpool. You know, and that's football.
Been 30
You win,
years.
you
Fun.
win.
It's all fun
You
and
win,
games.
lose. Like, come on, Klopp comes in and he loses.
He lost like 3 finals in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, and then it's like everyone called him Jurgen Flop.
And
like
hugs,
all the banter.
gives the best hugs out.
And then,
do you know
and then
what?
last
And
year, the best
the-
second place
the
team
one,
ever.
the one that did it for me, which I can't use anymore, is that moment against West Brom, the 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
He made all the Liverpool players go up to the crowd and do that Bundesliga wave.
Yeah.
And we laughed. We're like, this guy's celebrating a 2-2 draw with West Brom,
But
which are battling
But
relegation.
can you see what he was doing?
And he's made that connection with the players, the fans. I heard this on another podcast that Klopp made sure every single player that came to Liverpool knew everyone, as in not know the legends, not like Douglas and all that, but knew the canteen lady, knew the guy that washes the kits.
Yeah, and do you
And
remember
he-
that preseason where he kicked off the defender
Saka.
of the team, Saka? Yeah,
Yeah.
kicked him out. It was like
Kicked him
you're
out.
not-
He's
we don't
also
need
he
this.
also bring the the best nutritionist from Germany when he was at Dortmund to Liverpool.
Yeah.
He brought the best in, and he's turned the culture of that club.
He's making athletes.
Yeah.
He's
And
turned
you know
the
what?
culture of that club
I think
around.
that
And
every fan in the world needs to learn from this.
Yeah.
Right? Have patience with your managers and your players.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take 5 years. 5 years is not that long.
And-
I know you suffer waiting and waiting.
Yeah.
But when it comes, how good does it taste?
Bro, the journey-
again, I have to compare it to what we witnessed. And again, last year when we did an episode about group chat, and I said about Solskjaer needs to go. Look how much my mind's changed already within a year. It's like, you know what? Maybe he does need time. Maybe even Solskjaer, from our point of view, needs 3, 4, 5 years.
Look at Lampard.
And that's what they did for you. And I reckon Lampard will be the
Lampard
same
as well.
But Lampard started fairly strong.
I think those days of getting managers and flipping them all the time, they need to go. You can't, because, you know, at the end of the day,
Every manager needs
you
their
can tell
time.
you can tell players what to do.
Yeah.
If they're not doing it, it's not the manager's fault.
Yeah.
It's the players' fault. You guys are professional athletes, and that's a very
In
big
regards
point.
to, say, United fans, right? Like, we got our managers and we expect straight away results. Like,
Not the case.
they're not coming in, these managers aren't coming into a successful team. They're coming into a struggling team.
Yeah.
So how could it be possible that you just come in and it's all good from
You can't
day
fix a problem overnight.
For me,
But
for me, the biggest one right now is, and we'll go a bit off topic a little bit. It's the hardest thing right now is who can take like an Arsenal role right now.
but that's what I mean.
career suicide.
Arteta,
Needs time.
give him time.
Give him
I mean,
time.
He hasn't. He's coming in what? January somewhere? No, at the end of the last season.
It hasn't been a
He
season, and
hasn't-
people
he
are talking
hasn't
about get
had-
rid of him already.
Yeah, he
Why?
hasn't had time. He hasn't had time to bring in his players. The players that he did bring in this season are Pepe, Tierney,
Torreira.
No, Torreira was,
Torreira was there before.
But like
Torreira
the
was
players
there
he's brought in, Ceballos. Was Ceballos there?
Guendouzi was there before as well.
Yeah, but like
So this
players,
is,
you have to give him a chance now to bring his
David
players in.
Luiz.
Just remember though, he was under Guardiola.
Yeah.
If he gets this team ticking, 50% of that Barcelona or Man City.
Yeah.
Man City, the team, and you could see them pushing
Yeah,
for
but there's a
top four.
difference. You look at,
This is
look
where
at
I
the stories that
disagree.
came out after the Brighton game, the attitude of the players.
That's right.
That's a problem
exactly.
there.
And
And if
that-
this manager hasn't changed that, has he?
But-
He's been
but-
there.
Well,
That's
if,
what-
if,
that's
if
my point.
Guendouzi has now asked to leave, and this guy they've granted you can leave if you want to act like that.
But this is why we use Klopp as an example for what he did with
he's
Liverpool.
granted. He asked to leave, and Arsenal said, "Yeah, you can leave."
Yeah.
When did this happen?
this morning.
This morning,
This morning,
apparently.
when
morning.
Zuzi's trying to leave
Yeah,
Arsenal.
He requested to leave, and apparently
that
this is,
kid,
this is
bro.
coming from
But
Opta
that's
Sports.
what I'm saying in regards to Arteta. Like we were talking about this the other day, and like I know that we've got Solskjaer, Lampard, and Klopp, but Arteta's been at the club how long now?
Less than all of them.
Less than all of them.
Like 8
Alright.
months.
The attitude of the players that you were saying, as soon as Klopp came in, like you were just saying, he made sure the attitude was correct. Sarko had a problem. He doesn't, he wasn't disciplined right. See you later.
Yeah.
Take care. He brings them in. He humbles them. Make sure this is the city where you're from. This is the history of the club. Like you're here to play for the club, for the players. Arteta doesn't have that. Maybe not now. It's still early in his career, but that personality to come in, take charge. I don't think he's got it, and he doesn't have the support.
Well,
as
you don't
from
know.
the
We
board.
don't know. You got to
You know
give him
what?
time.
You would have said the same thing about Solskjaer. Maybe not strong enough, not enough of a imposing figure, but he's
There's
doing
passion.
that.
There's passion there.
But
That's
no,
what he
let
wants.
me with Solskjaer, right?
want.
And this is what a lot of people that want him out don't really understand. Every player that us fans noticed is
Yeah,
not good enough for
he
the club
actioned, yeah.
are gone.
Yeah.
I said,
Almost.
I said, the start of not this season, the season before, we need to sign Wan-Bissaka after the first round.
He did it.
When they played Liverpool, I know he got sent off against you guys,
watches the
but
podcast.
regardless, he got sent.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we need to sign Wan-Bissaka. Signs him, and like Wan-Bissaka and Maguire, a 2-year-old can tell you that we need these players. These are the players that we need to get.
He got rid of dead weight big time.
We're like, who's this Daniel James guy? No one. Let's be honest, no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
Brings him in.
From
Impact.
Swansea,
He
was it?
started the season off firing.
Was he from Swansea?
From Swansea, yeah.
You guys made a couple of bucks.
So the signings that he's making, he says, I'd rather have, and a couple months ago, maybe before this whole quarantine thing, he even said in one of the interviews, I'd rather have a hole in my team than an asshole.
Yeah.
That was probably mentioning about Sanchez, and could have been about Lukaku.
I think Lukaku more than Sanchez. I don't think
So-
Sanchez got a bad attitude.
Yeah, well, you never know. This is the stuff we don't really know. So he's getting rid of the players that don't want to be here, and that's what's Klopp done at Liverpool. You don't want to be here, no worries. I'll go get Minamono for 7 million that no one really rates.
That wants to be
and
at the
he's
club.
won. He's played couple of games, and he's already a Premier League champion. He's got how many? Like he's done it for a few players.
Bro,
You don't perform.
When he
you're
bought
not gonna
Mane
play.
for 30 mil, I even said back then, and I can admit this, why did we pay 32 or 33 mil
Yeah.
for Mane? Then Salah came along. I want to.
Yeah, but at the time,
but at the time,
Mane,
44 million.
at the time, Mane for that much
Salah.
from Southampton was a lot. Everyone was like,
a lot,
why
yeah.
that much money for Mane?
I was like, why are we paying that much for money?
It just looked like another Liverpool signing, thinking, what are they doing?
Yeah.
You know, because they were signing silly players at the time, but leading up to that, anyways.
Exactly,
You know what
yeah. And
But
then
boys-
Van Dijk for 75 mil.
You know what?
Everyone took the piss out of us for that as well. And look how much that's actually made a difference to our team.
Yeah, but look, we can talk about the price tags, but really, it's at the end of the day, it's what your club,
Price tags are irrelevant now.
what the player is going to do for your club.
Price tags don't mean anything now.
And you know, you can take that risk and pay the 70 million, 80 million, whatever it might be, and it could work out. And a lot of the times for United, for us, it hasn't worked out.
No.
Some of the signings, but then some of the signings, 50 million, like Wan-Bissaka, that just, you're paying too much. But look, he's killed it. Bruno Fernandes. You're thinking about why.
How did Maguire cost
what's
more
his?
than him, but-
What's the hype? I don't think. You know what it is with Bruno. I don't think a lot of people believed his stats.
Yeah.
I think people think, no, there's no way.
You know why? Because
the
no one,
stats he had at
no one
Sporting.
really heard of him. He wasn't a massive player. That's why.
And you look
Nah,
at his
I think it's
stats.
just-
I don't think everyone
I just
believed
think
that.
I think it's just we got to compare that to the Premier League. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when people come.
That's
from
what it
France,
was.
when
He
people come from
scored
France,
30
it's the
goals,
farm
and
league.
yeah, that's exactly right. But yeah, man, Liverpool finally have won the league. And you know what? I think they.
Oh,
did
they deserve it.
You
So
can't.
jokes
you
aside,
can't-
no
jokes
one-
aside. I know there's banter. Oh, you're salty. No, I'm not salty. I'm
one can
more
say
upset that Chelsea won.
Yeah, because now
I'm pissed off that Chelsea won because you had, and we'll start speaking a little bit about Man City and where they're going on forward from this.
I can tell you right now, they're going to buy a centre back because that was
It's
disgusting.
just, it's
Koulibaly.
just, I just can't believe, and
Koulibaly.
I swear, I said this all year. Every team that versus Liverpool turned to shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's their first day kicking a ball.
They crumble.
You got Gundogan telling Mendy to go out wide. This guy megs him and then gives it to Pulisic and he goes and scores. And then it's like,
What a finish.
I
and
couldn't
do you know,
get over that.
do you know what I mean?
finish.
And then you had Sterling after the free kick that
What do you have to do? Was
De
pass.
Bruyne scored. He could have passed it to Mahrez,
All
and
he
it's
had to do is
and it's
pass.
2-1. But what I want to speak about now, boys, is City. Yeah, they're second. They're 23 points behind. They lose to Liverpool the next round. They're 26 points behind, and these are the champions. These are the team that we said are up there for the best team, the Centurions. They won 4 trophies last season.
but they're also still in the Champions League.
Yeah, at the moment they are.
So
But
that-
I'm just saying. But I'm
that's
just
the
saying.
main
If
priority
we're
right now.
talking about what this team is, and where they're gonna finish. Yeah, they might finish second, but look how far behind they've dropped. To
Yeah, but you
Liverpool.
know what?
That
I
says
think
more about
I-
Liverpool than Man City.
Yeah, but you know, I think I really, and because I said Champions League just then, I really think that Guardiola entered this season with only one goal in one, and that was to win Champions League. Because he was meant to leave, and he goes, I'm not leaving until I win the Champions League.
100%,
And he's
bro.
still there.
You're right.
So
They
they,
still
they,
a
they got
competitor.
belted in the Premier League. It's all good. He wins Champions League. None of that matters.
I don't think for a manager like that, he'd be thinking like that. He's still a competitor. He's one of, he's a
of course.
world-class
Of
manager.
course.
But I agree with Ron.
Yeah, but look at the
But-
Carling Cup.
but
The
don't
Carling
forget-
Cup, he put the strongest team out against Watford. They pumped them like 6-7
but
0
don't
Why would he do
forget,
that?
don't forget last year.
because he loves they love the cup.
He
Yeah,
loves
but,
it.
but you guys are flipped now, and that's why I believe Man City might win the Champions League, because you guys won the Champions League last year. They won the Premier League. Now you guys dominate the Premier League. I do see him winning the Champions League this year, and he needs to win one for the club. He'll be in the records that our first Champions League ever. Guardiola
Yeah,
done
don't
it.
forget how
Guardiola
much
now
we
can
were.
move and go to like a Juventus.
Okay,
As
but
much
what
as he's
happens, and that's what I want to touch on. You look at David Silva's his last season, he's leaving. Aguero is getting to the stage now where he's picking up a lot of injuries. He missed out maybe most of the season. Is Gabriel Jesus the man to take his spot up front?
They don't need anyone to. They can just buy someone else to do that while.
But that's what I mean.
They'll sign someone, don't worry.
Yeah, yes, they got the money to sign players, but if Guardiola now leaves to, let's just say, Juventus,
Yeah.
if they do get this ban, even though it's 2 years or 1 year, our players are willing to stay. Our players like Sterling, De Bruyne, even you can say Mahrez, Leroy Sané is gonna go. He didn't even put him on. He had another extra sub to put on
He's going to Bayern, I
against
think.
Chelsea, and he didn't. He left him off. Players like that, top quality players, could be leaving Manchester City. Their manager leaves. What other manager can replace Guardiola? And going forward for City, what do you guys see? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel, or do you think they're doomed?
They're gonna head to like a post Fergie era when Guardiola leaves because they can replace players, but no one can replace Guardiola.
Oh, look,
there's no managers out there to do that for them.
And you saw it when he left Bayern.
Yeah.
And they got in. Who they get in?
No, they got
Ancelotti?
their
Did they get Ancelotti in after?
Yeah, and then he got sacked and they
Sacked
brought
and
the
then they brought
manager.
him.
Yeah.
But then they bring him back.
Look,
I
But then you
I
see-
probably have
you
a
see
different
how-
perspective of that. I think Man City won't be doomed. I think they'll bounce back. They've got the money. They've got the foundation. I reckon someone like a Simeone could fit in there excellent.
Yeah.
I think so too.
but then again-
Personality, character, someone to come in, someone to rock, someone to attract players. Look, there's no one like Guardiola. Don't even bother comparing anyone to Guardiola. There's no point.
But let me stop you there. Simeone plays a defensive style of
What about
football,
Zidane?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Zidane's another one,
Zidane can do
potentially.
this.
You bring him in, and you now have to change the philosophy for 11 players, 11 starting players. Change the philosophy from this beautiful football that they've been playing.
They get
But
Arteta back.
before and after Guardiola, they will still
That's
win
another
the,
good one, maybe.
Yeah,
still in the league.
I'm with
before and
Rami.
after.
Yeah, before Pep came along,
Before he came, they were winning
the
it. After he came, they were winning it. They had Mancini. They had.
But
all
it
these different
wasn't. It
managers.
wasn't
Yeah, but
like
that's
For
different.
all you
though.
know,
Yeah.
someone like Mourinho could go in there.
Yeah, but like
Imagine
the
The City job will be the Mourinho job, bro.
no, but I think that when Mancini won it, they won it on goal difference because United slipped up. The year with Pellegrini, it's because these blokes slipped up.
But that's all it
literally.
takes. That's all it takes.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying when it
Oh, this is
To-
the
to
best
bring
I've
in-
seen Man City play ever. Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Do we see him like let's just say the next 10 years?
Struggling.
Are they gonna struggle or are they gonna keep pace? Are they gonna be the top 4 or are they gonna start slowly?
I don't think they'll drop fully out. Man. I think that
I-
they'll maintain their status as one of the big four.
I agree. I don't see him dropping.
But then you have, just remember, right? You have Chelsea that look like, all right, you're buying players, but we don't know. Just because you buy players doesn't mean you're going to do anything,
Doesn't mean
right?
nothing.
Yeah, but it's Lampard.
And it's Lampard as well. But then again, is Lampard that experience to get him to contending?
But there's
don't worry about
respect.
that. Yeah, okay, respect and all
Right,
that.
like,
Respect
but he
goes
just-
out the
he
window.
Bro, he just took him to Man City and beat him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that was at home.
and now he's got Werner coming in.
Werner and Vizic.
Yeah, but I get it. But we had Ibrahimovic, Pogba came in,
Yeah,
Mkhitaryan, and Jose Mourinho. And Mourinho's second season, he always wins the league in his second season.
Yeah, but you ever seen Mourinho this destructive?
Yeah, but okay, but you're missing the point. You're missing the point. It's just because you're buying players doesn't mean you're going to win the league
Oh,
or
of
contend,
course.
right?
Of course.
Don't forget, United look like now they're finding a bit of form with some of their players. Pogba, if he stays, if we're getting someone like Sancho, if we hijack the Koulibaly deal, and we're bringing maybe a few more decent players, you got Liverpool that are the champions, which are going to keep most of their players, if not bring in some more.
They will.
So you got 3 there. You got Spurs, if they keep Harry Kane and maybe add a few more. Let's not forget Newcastle. Newcastle going to get these owners. But in the next 10 years, look what happened with City. If you get these owners in and they start throwing cash, then you're going to look at there's another team into this running for these top 4 spots. So it's going to get even harder. And then Arsenal, I don't really know too much about Arsenal. What's going to happen with them if they lose their players? Is Arsenal going to be another Everton? It looks like they're going to be another Everton.
If they keep
As
their
sad
players,
as it
they're
is,
gonna be
man.
another Everton.
No, but as sad as it is, I actually don't want to see Arsenal go to shit. As much as I don't like, we got to banter with their fans and that.
You want a big club still.
Yeah, I don't want Arsenal to turn to shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's going to be so much.
But there's a new era. Like, what if Newcastle get bought out by the Arabs? What if they become a big club?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where do you see?
What if
like,
Liverpool
with
now
all
become
this
the team that
happening-
win it all the time?
Because look
Who knows?
at this
Who knows?
season.
A
Look at this
butcher of the
season.
league.
This season,
Every year's our year.
This season, United beat City 3 times.
Yep.
Right. We beat Chelsea 3 times this
Yeah.
season.
4-0 first round.
Yeah, even though we didn't really deserve that
Yeah,
scoreline,
yeah,
but
no.
we still won. And we like Man City, the champions, we beat them twice when we were written off completely.
Yep.
We should have won the first game against Liverpool, but it was a draw. Fair enough. A lot of these teams are going to start competing, and then it's gonna make it even harder for players.
City.
Man City.
The key to all this
If
is
they,
what we
that's
said
if they
about
lose their
Liverpool.
players. If they lose their players only.
Yeah. The key is this: is you can afford to lose those games. Like you said, we beat Chelsea, we beat Man City, all that. But that doesn't matter if we're not beating the smaller teams like Liverpool did
That's
this
right.
season,
Absolutely.
right?
That's
right.
That's
And
what,
that
that's
doesn't
what
take
loses the league. Yeah.
superstars, right? It just takes team spirit, which Liverpool had. All right, so like when you say Newcastle's going to buy all these players, blah blah blah. You said like that's not the problem solver.
Yeah.
That's not going to help them.
Yeah, but
beat
not
these smaller teams.
yeah, but
I don't think either.
not in the short term. In the long term, I'm talking the next 10
In the long
years.
term, yeah. Alright.
If if I was a City fan, I'll be worried because when Guardiola leaves, I can't see who's going to come in and go.
City's going to be better off in 10 years than the year after Guardiola leaves.
Absolutely.
Look, for me, there was success when he was there. There was success before he was there. I reckon they'll be fine. That's me. I just reckon that's the case. Don't get me wrong. Guardiola's the best manager they've ever had, but there'll be success after as well. I don't see.
Well, we're gonna find out shortly when this appeal goes through and see if they get the Champions League, and then what
'Cause he's
players would
out,
want to
yeah.
stay.
I reckon he's made up his mind regardless already.
I
think
reckon.
that's
I
exactly
reckon
what
this
he's
year he
doing.
wins Champions League
and then he's gone.
and he's gone. That's what I reckon.
But then again, let's say this group of players wins the Champions League. Do you think the players were like, hey, look, we've won the Champions League. There's going to be 2 years without, or 1 year without Champions League. Let's just
leave.
stay. Or like you said, you know what? I've won it. We've done it. We've done it all at City.
Well, tell me this.
Let me go
What
somewhere
about
else.
Juventus players when they won everything, and then they got dropped like?
Yeah,
two
but can I tell you
divisions?
something? Do you actually see a De Bruyne staying in Man City next year if they're in the Champions League? I don't think so.
I do.
I think 1 year. I think 1 year should be okay.
2 years?
2 years, I think he did hint something that he wants to be playing Champions League, but that does not mean he's going to leave. You know what I mean?
But
That
he's at
doesn't
the
mean he's
age,
gonna
at the peak.
Yeah, De Bruyne's at his peak of his career right now.
For him to stay, for him to stay at a club that's not in the Champions League,
I can't see him doing that.
But is that disastrous if he's winning the Premier League? Like, who cares? Who cares?
You want to be playing in like the Europe's elite, basically,
Yeah.
year in year
But
out.
you're
And
amongst
he's
the
a
elite
player,
if you're
what is he,
winning the league.
27,
yeah.
28?
But if you're De Bruyne sitting there knowing you can get a Barcelona like that, do you really like? It's hard. It's a tough. It's a
If
tough
I was in the peak
conversation.
of my career, I'd be wanting to play Champions League.
But at the same time, if you're happy at your club and the club value is the best thing ever,
All right, but what
But
about? But
what
hang on,
about
hang on. What about this? Bro, we got how many good players does Man United have, and we haven't been in the Champions League? When they all stayed,
High
They all
salaries.
stayed.
bro, that year, that
Money
year,
They're not on
talks.
high salaries. They're not on high salaries in Man City. They're all on high salaries.
They're all on. That's
what
why
I'm saying.
they're
to
the
you.
same club.
I see no
Absolutely.
reason. All right,
I
maybe
never
not Champions
forget-
League. That's a shame. But
But
I
he
reckon
can get
they'll
a high
stay.
salary anywhere else, De Bruyne.
Yeah, but you know what? I never forget. But I never forget United when everyone's like, "You guys aren't going to attract players." Blah blah blah. We signed straight away Falcao, Di Maria instantly, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Everyone's talking rubbish.
And what happened? See what I mean? We can buy players, but if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Correct. It's all about you wanted to be there, team bonding, like Seba said, and that's what Klopp did this year at Liverpool, and that's why they're successful.
And Klopp's not gonna buy a player.
Guardiola leaves. I agree with you. One thing, they will suffer for a few seasons, but they'll pick themselves back
They'll
up
pick
again.
themselves up. But I think the initial effect is going to be pretty.
Oh, it'll
pretty
hurt.
rough.
It'll
Yeah.
hurt. And the potential of not making top four is, of course, there. I don't see why I couldn't be there. Teams like Tottenham could come up. Teams like Newcastle, if they get bought out, you know, Liverpool's going to hold top spot. Leicester's still competing.
You
United,
remember,
Arsenal potentially.
Everton as well with the new manager Ancelotti. What
Bro,
can he do?
bro,
you know, with some of
Ancelotti's
the players they have. You don't know.
Unbelievable.
It's going to be interesting.
But like on that note, with all the managers that we're talking about, do you guys see Liverpool doing double back to back? What do you reckon, Fetty? I'll go to you first, man. What do you reckon?
I think now.
I don't want to jinx it. I
don't
don't
wanna
think so.
jinx it.
No, no, no.
Well, hold on.
Must win games.
Every year is our year, bro. Every year. No. I think
No,
now.
seriously. Do you see you guys? Now you got confidence. You've broken that.
Honestly,
that
if we hold on to Klopp for the next 5 years, I know like
next year, not
next
5
year,
years, next year,
I can definitely see us
back to back.
back to back, definitely
As dominant.
as dominant as well. Because right now, Klopp is now, this is the peak of his team. Like, he's built this team up. And if we make those 1 or 2 extra additions, I'd love to see a big superstar come to Liverpool. Don't see it happening, but I do see a few additions happening. I don't see why we can't do this for the
Surely
next
there's
couple
that
of
one
seasons.
star that will be like, you know what, I want to be part of Klopp in that team.
But
Surely
The
there
problem is with that, there is. We know that there is. We know Timo Werner wanted to go to Liverpool. They can't afford his wages.
the money.
It's
That's-
our
and that's-
owners.
and that's the
Our
problem.
owners' system is purchase cheap, buy these little superstars,
And it
turn into
works,
something,
but
and
it
it works. But and I think we're talking about it off camera. I love that. I love that we don't buy big superstars.
Oh, it's nice.
and win
Do
the
you,
league.
do you think maybe you should look to refresh some of these players? If someone comes in for Mane or Salah, all right, let's sell them to Madrid or Barca or whoever, Bayern or whatever. Get the money and then look to buy some other
Of course,
players.
that's just how the
But
system
would you
works.
risk
Oh,
that front three combination?
now.
I
Not
think
now.
I think one of the biggest turning points in Liverpool was selling Coutinho.
Hard.
That was one of the biggest things. You guys sold him for some stupid money, and you signed
145.
all these players.
145.
145.
And
then-
And that's another thing that you guys were saying as well.
Didn't you guys
He didn't
bring
want to
Van
be there.
Dijk and all
We'd
these
like to
players?
see you later.
Yeah, you bought them.
You brought in Van Dijk, you brought in Mane, you brought in all
Alisson.
these.
Van
Alisson.
Dijk and Alisson were the main.
Give me those for
two
Coutinho
signings
all day, every day. You know
Every
what
day
I
of the
mean?
week.
What do
And
you
now he
reckon?
wants to come back to us.
What do you reckon? Back to back, Liverpool.
I don't think back to back because I don't think they're going to make too many changes to their team. Now, it is a good thing that they're doing that, but every other team's going to be looking to get like significantly better.
Yeah.
Liverpool got the target on their back, and that they haven't had in a long time.
And they dominated 7 games
Exactly.
to go, so everyone
Then
wants them.
No one's gonna let that happen again. Like at least not that dominant. So I don't think so. I think other teams are gonna get too strong, and I think, like I said before, a couple of the players are gonna get found out a bit. My opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
can't say
I think the youngsters like your left and rights, your Robertsons and your Alexander Arnold, I
I think
reckon
they'll
they're going to
still
get a
do
bit
well.
I reckon
exposed.
Robertson is like pretty safe. I think just Trent is just.
Trent's
I think,
not a
I think he
defensive
needs to
player.
go play a bit higher up and get another.
Let's not forget, Trent is 20. He's still got
But
a
this is what
whole
we
lot
mean.
of
This is
improvement
what
in
we
his
mean.
game. Yeah.
He can still be exposed as well at the same time.
He be exposed and work on those exposures and then work back to being where he's at now.
I'm sure he'll get
Yeah.
better, but like I said, like I just think that he will be found out, and they're gonna leak some goals.
I think for me, there's a lot of contributing factors that need to happen next season in order for you guys to win the back-to-back. Guardiola needs to leave. If Guardiola leaves Man City, they're not in Champions League. Players start to leave. That makes it a lot easier for you guys.
But have we really struggled against City coming up against them?
You will when they don't have Champions League to worry
you
about.
will when they don't have Champions League.
Every
to
time
worry
we
about.
verse City,
Exactly
I'm talking about
right.
just versing him. Liverpool versus City. Have we ever really struggled against City?
Oh no! Even last year, you guys
I
smashed
love
them
the
in the Champions
I
League.
love the competition between I love the competition between Klopp and Pep because two great managers. They've got two completely different sort of styles.
Yeah.
And I think Klopp comes on top most of the time. Even at his Dortmund days, he used to beat all of Pep's team.
But again, bro, what does it mean? We beat them. Look at
Exactly,
us.
but we got the manager. He's a puzzle
exactly
solver.
right.
That's his thing. Like for the last 5 years, we can see, and a lot of the pundits last night they were saying this is the sort of manager that he is. And when a problem arises, he's going to find the solution to fix it. And that's why I believe going going for the next couple of seasons, I think we're always going to be up there and be one of the favourites to win the Premier League.
The thing, how long is it going to take for him to fix any problems when you do have problems? I still think.
Last year we had problems. And
I still think Klopp doesn't have a plan B.
Yeah,
He doesn't have a plan B, but
Plan A works so
plan
well.
A,
Plan A
has
works
worked this whole time
until someone gets an ACL tear.
the way I
But
see
all
it,
it takes is Van Dijk getting injured. What do you guys do?
but the way I see it right now is that before Klopp came in, or even when he did come in also, we used to always lose to those small teams. And when he went down, we wouldn't be able to come back up. There was no plan B there. We had nowhere to go. Right now,
But
he's fixed all those problems.
I don't think I still don't think there's a plan B because when you guys played United the first game this season, you're losing 1-0, and his changes are like for like. Yes, you got the goal at the end with Lallana that he did put on, but there's no changes that he makes. And I noticed that in the Europa League, in the when you guys were 3-0 up, didn't make changes to close the game off. There was a lot of games I look at him, I'm like, make the changes to win the game or go for it. He makes the changes. But look, it has worked out for him. His plan A is worked. So why does he need another?
I think a small display of plan B was kind of like getting like a Shaqiri in and all that kind of stuff. That was kind of like a different style of player putting forward.
But when you have
he
Alexander Arnold,
he's
couldn't get past Wan-Bissaka, couldn't get past Williams when he was at Old Trafford.
What then?
And that's when we exposed him. And I said on that video, I said, the only way we're going to score if Alexander Arnold pushes up too far forward and we get in behind. And that's what happened with Daniel James, and Rashford got that goal.
Correct.
And
that's a very good point, and that's what I'm trying to say, is that in the last couple of seasons, we've been caught out by that. It's just counter-attacking. Once all of our players go move forward, not just United.
This is what we mean.
Every other team could
Klopp can't sit and hold
he's
the wheel.
definitely
He'll
fixed
keep
that.
going forward for goals.
This season, we've done the exact same thing, but he's also fixed the problem of our left and right back actually coming back and defending, our midfield actually coming back and helping out the fullbacks as well. That's his plan B.
Yeah.
He's done that.
I don't think that's a plan B. I think that's just maybe
He's done
managing
that.
him a bit better.
I think he's like the players on the bench and stuff they're all right. It's just once a serious injury happens and bro, like who's gonna go 2 seasons with no serious injuries? Like it has to happen next season. It has
Look,
to happen.
I personally
And we'll see what
reckon
happens then. That changes everything.
That's why I think
The
we
whole
need those
dynamic.
additions. Whether they're big superstars, like I said, I highly doubt it. But to bring those additions to actually give those players like Salah, Firmino, Mane, Van Dijk that break during the season in the FA Cup.
Because
you need a striker. You need someone up front. That's
I'm
why I said to you, a
dying.
perfect signing
Yes.
now would be Aubameyang.
I'm dying for an out-and-out
Perfect
striker.
signing is Aubameyang right now, but
And what do
It's
you
a
guys think?
waste of money.
Should we give Coutinho a chance to come back?
I mean, he's not,
you know what? You guys still are missing that void of Coutinho.
Exactly.
he's coming
I
for
would
free.
love for him
Nah,
to
so
come back.
what-
If he's coming for free, take
coming
him.
for
If he's-
What I
50, 60 mil, I'll
reckon,
take.
what I reckon is you guys get a striker, drop Firmino in that role. Firmino can play that role really well, really well.
Guys need
I'd love a
Lewandowski.
Just have
striker.
two
Love
strikers.
a striker.
Just have Mane and Salah up front.
Look, I reckon Liverpool's win the league again next year. I actually do reckon that. I don't
think
think
we go
they're
back-to-back.
going to dominate 7 games to go.
No.
I don't think so. But I just see you guys winning it again because now you guys have broken that whole 30-year drought of the shadows are over Anfield and all this stuff. But I'm telling you this.
Next year's going to hurt.
And I'm saying this on camera. Don't be shocked if United are up there next season. I'm just saying it, man.
I reckon
next
you guys
year
the
will
next
be
2-3 seasons.
Next year will be
It'll be Solskjaer's second full season with signing more players, and don't be surprised, man.
I reckon you guys will make top 4 next season. I
the
believe
ferry next just top 4.
top 4.
We're gonna make top 4 this season, bro.
Do you know what it is? It's next year if Liverpool win it, it's gonna hurt.
That will hurt.
Now this one doesn't hurt because 6 months ago they won it. When they make it 20-all,
That's gonna hurt
that is gonna hurt for
because
one.
you guys already have double the Champions
But you know
Leagues.
what's gonna hurt more? Us taking it off Liverpool. But that is gonna hurt them.
And then Klopp leaves, and then becomes Solskjaer's
the
If
assistant.
we win the league next year,
And Solskjaer
and
signs
we take
Klopp.
it off Liverpool
Just the
and make it
four
21.
of
And
you
this is my
guys-
theory. Yeah, my theory in 2013 was, it's year 2013. If we win it this year, it's going to be our 20th English title and our 13th Premier League. 2013.
2013, yeah.
Yeah.
And next year,
21.
2021,
21.
our 21st title. So maybe we'll clip this up and
Definitely,
Notre Dame.
'cause I find it
Put a
cute and
timestamp
amusing that
on
you
this.
guys
Put a
think
timestamp
you
on
guys
this one,
could win
clip it
the Premier League next season.
Say
Okay.
Champions League. Guys, think we're going to make Champions League. Yeah.
Nephew.
Thanks, mate.
I think it's cute that you finally have your first Premier League
Do you-
title.
Yeah, it is. And I'm
remember
more
my
than
first
You
time.
guys
stoked.
are now equal with Leicester
And I'm
and
more than
Blackburn.
stoked to be sitting next to three
the
Man
fairy-
United fans
The fairy tale run.
The elite.
with teary.
Anyone can do it.
Oh, hey, we're salty. We're salty.
Salty.
Nah, hey, but do you think you just mentioned that in this podcast that you mentioned Klopp in the next 5 years? Do you think he can be another manager like Fergie, like Wenger, like David Moyes that stays
No.
10 years plus?
No, I
do you reckon? But do you reckon it is possible? If Liverpool win it next year, and then let's say someone else gets it the year after, and then you know what, Liverpool win it back.
I think
That's like
done, man.
3 years.
Nah.
3 or 4 years.
I reckon Klopp puts his hand up, my job's done, I'm moving on to a bigger club. That's what I reckon.
But what if you're winning Champions League?
I think it stays for an extra 3
they
4
won
years.
in 1 year. In 1 year, they won the Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup, and there was one more. There was
In the last,
yeah,
I reckon
in the
Klopp's-
last
the
season.
Premier League, of course.
I
yeah,
reckon
fuck.
Klopp, for some
No,
weird
hold on.
reason,
Yeah.
They've won. We forgot the main one.
forgot the
'cause
main
we're not
one.
used to it. But he's won all these trophies, and why not stay? Why
Yeah,
not
but
stay?
I still
over?
reckon,
Because another 5 years, he'll be there for 10 years.
yeah, but I still reckon his heart. I don't know why I see it happening. His heart's still in Dortmund. I reckon he goes back to
You
Dortmund and
reckon
does
he
what he
goes
does
back
for
to
Liverpool.
Dortmund?
I don't
back-
see him at a
goes
big
back to
club.
Dortmund.
man.
And does what he done for Liverpool.
I don't think he
His
can
heart is definitely in
change that.
Liverpool right
Germany
now.
international. That's his next one.
German international.
I can definitely see him doing
Imagine
that,
Klopp winning a World
definitely.
Cup. How ridiculous would that
Yeah.
be?
Yeah, but he's got time to do that. You
Yeah.
know, all the World Cup managers like maybe past their not prime but age kind of.
Yeah. But there's some World Cup
Mourinho's
managers.
the next World Cup manager. You'll watch, bro. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
made for cups.
True. He's made to win tournaments. That's what he is.
1-0, 1-0, 1-0 on the Fed. Park the bus, the boat, the plane, park everything.
But
But
boys,
that's my
boys.
biggest concern is when Klopp goes. What happened? That's my biggest fear.
That-
That's what I said
This
about City.
guy-
That's what I said about
You
City.
know
If
what?
Guardiola leaves.
You know what I
or-
reckon happens if he goes? Gerrard becomes
Yeah.
the next manager, like Lampard's doing at Chelsea now, and then he's going to win the title, and finally
Well-
Gerrard wins the league. And
well,
all
they
that
can-
bullshit.
They're both contracts. Gerrard's contract at Rangers finishes the same time as Jurgen Klopp's at Liverpool. So
Hey, what
that-
about
that could be playing
What about the
something.
video that you put up on our Football Capital story on Instagram? And it talked about how Lampard's a bigger legend for Liverpool because he won the league for
He's
Liverpool.
the petty Thierry.
And Gerrard didn't. Hey, I have to throw it in. But look, it was just all banter and all jokes. Boys,
you
I
couldn't
think,
win it yourselves. You
I
need
think-
Chelsea to do it for you.
I think it's good to say
The
congratulations.
Oya one, yeah.
It's
The Oya
25
ones.
points ahead, and we still needed Chelsea to do it for us.
Oh, you did. you
See,
did.
but the last episode,
It's
nah,
a
man,
must-win.
It's a must win.
Every
have to
single
win the
game
game.
for
Must
us.
win.
I don't know. Our club
Here
just
it is,
like
the
winning
trophy.
games. I don't know.
Hey, I can't wait for you to feel the feeling of just finally gold badges. You know, I'm over them. All my jerseys have gold badges. I'm over. I'm bored.
I can't wait.
I'm bored.
but
I'm
look-
bored of gold. But you know what? Now the Premier League, the thing, it's not as nice as it used to
as
be.
nice,
you know?
yeah.
It's not gold. It's like the outline is gold.
No, but you
have a
know
touch
what?
of
Let's
goal.
just move away a little bit away from the football side of things.
Congratulations.
With all the stuff going around in the world, it's like here, think about Australia, that the bushfires at the start of the year and the last year, we had floods. people-
Liverpool winning is the worst one of them. Yes.
I know it's the worst. I know it's the. I wasn't going there, but okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Agree.
But with everything happening in the world, a lot of people losing their lives, and as much as it hurts watching the Liverpool fans celebrating, to see how much football can change, like you forget about all the problems in the world, in
That's
your
what-
life.
that's what football
and
is for us.
And this is why I wanted it to come back, and this is the reason why that I didn't want it to get null and void, regardless if they're going to win it or not. But look at the celebrations, and like it burns me to watch. But at the same time, you're like, man, without football, without sport in general, you don't get these moments. And I think
It's beautiful.
Start tearing up.
It's beautiful, man. no,
crying
but,
to-
Honestly, it's brilliant.
no, but you're right. 100%, man. Like
a lot, and there's a lot of people as well that supported Liverpool and that lost their lives, whether it's the coronavirus or something else, or have lost their houses to bushfires and
Give
all
them
that,
their
and
moment.
support Liverpool. Man, I think this kind
you know
of-
what? But sport and football, particular for us, brings so much joy. Yeah, like it's also in the whole thing around Black Lives Matter. It's beautiful to see the whole league take part of it, put on their jerseys for the rest of the season. That's lovely as well. And it's just like, even back at home in Australia, like we got the Women's World Cup here in 2023. How much joy did that bring to the nation?
Yeah, everyone.
And it's just what football can do for the nation. And Australia's gone through quite a bit lately, like you said, the bushfires and all that. Now you got the fans in England. They've waited and waited, and now all these dramas in the world are out the window because their teams won the league. Football brings
That's
so
what I
much
mean,
joy
that's
to everyone.
Like what Bosch was saying, man. Like this, like with soccer coming back. Like I think everyone here, like football. When quarantine,
Soccer.
We're in quarantine. Like he was saying, like a lot of people lost lives, loved ones. You know, we couldn't get out. We were a bit depressed. But as soon as football came back on,
Or over the moon.
And
Over the
yeah,
moon.
and it's a shame because there was some Liverpool supporters, 100%, that had lost their lives in this quarantine kind of period, in this virus sort of period.
To
that
do
we're
it for
in.
them.
Should have got
And they
to
didn't
see
get to see
Yeah,
it.
should
They
have got
didn't
to
get to see it. So all these Liverpool
Sad,
fans that are
sad.
celebrating, man, celebrated for the people that didn't have the chance. For the Hillsborough, the people that lost their lives at Hillsborough as well. This is
But you know what?
Be
It's
happy for the
them,
right
man.
reasons as well. You know what I mean? Not like
As much as
we
we're
should have
rival
your team.
supporters and as
Not
much as we don't want
It's
to.
not even about like, well, next season we're gonna do this, that. No, just enjoy.
I'm enjoying it,
But
man. I'm just happy. I'm
It's
happy.
sport. It's sport in general, but man,
Yeah.
like for me, one of the biggest things that happened in the world to me was, I know it's crazy, but I saw Kobe Bryant pass away in the NBA, and I'm a Lakers fan, and that's a different sport. But even the whole world came together for that. Like it's just sport brings everyone together. Football brought everyone together. You know what I mean? And it's just it's nice to see, man. Absolutely, Butch.
I'm over the moon, man.
Butch, you got a heart, bro. I didn't know, man.
Hey, look, sometimes you gotta.
He's got a kid now. He's different.
He's got a baby now.
Sometimes you gotta
These
put
ones.
rivalries aside, and when you look at just looking at the bigger picture, man, it's good to see how.
That's why I love seeing the
sport and
whole
all
Black
that,
Lives Matter, and everyone's come together for that too. It's good to see.
But yeah, look, I think we'll wrap it up there. It's unless you want to speak about something else.
Yes, I do. You know what? I think there's still quite a bit. Stick around, guys. We're gonna have
Alright,
20
there we
minutes.
go.
What is left in the season this year? Who's finishing top four? Who's in the bottom three? What's happening?
I mean,
top
the bottom
four.
three, I'm more excited about the most.
Yeah, of course, because you've won the
Yeah,
league
this
already.
guy, your season's
Top
done.
four is more important to us. Top four. No, in all seriousness, we'll start with the top four.
I can't understand this guy. Bro.
No, but in the top four, okay, Liverpool's there. Who's the three following?
City and
Let's
Leicester.
say, let's
There's
say,
Leicester, Chelsea.
Let's say Man City don't get kicked out. Let's say Man City's in Champions League.
Yeah, as
next
it is,
season.
just the standing.
As it
the
is,
standing.
yeah. Who's finishing the four? Seba.
I see Leicester. They won't be able to maintain this period. I don't think
They drop out?
Yeah,
Got a lot
I
of hard
think
games
I
as
think
well.
they drop out and then we'll slide up there. I don't. I think we'll take fourth. I think the rest will stay the same. So
Tottenham, United, City.
City.
No, Tottenham are not even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tottenham
You
won't
reckon
make it.
Tottenham will go
Nah,
up?
no,
Chelsea.
no, no.
Chelsea, yeah?
Nah, yeah, Chelsea. Chelsea's looking
Chelsea,
good.
United,
Chelsea, United,
City.
and Liverpool. Yeah,
All right.
that's my
Watch.
top four.
Tough one, huh?
Liverpool. City second. Oof. I'm gonna go for United third. I think we can get third, and Wolves in fourth. So
Chelsea's dropping.
Yeah.
Chelsea
Why?
out, you reckon?
What
Yeah,
makes
I
you say
reckon-
Chelsea's dropping?
I don't know. I just think they're gonna drop out.
Wolves.
You see next season, no Werner, no Ziyech in Champions League.
That's fine. You
Imagine they
reckon?
all signed to
No,
that.
they could because if they finish fifth, they
The whole Man City.
City's whole thing,
Yeah,
so-
I know.
I don't know. Look, that's
Yeah,
just
you're
throwing
right,
one out.
that's true.
Throwing one out
Okay,
there.
but you know what? Why?
Do you know why?
Why does Chelsea
actually,
drop out?
Actually, they might.
Well, no,
Let
but you
me-
know what?
Let me reverse. My thought was. Rewind. No. My thought was, and this was my thought at the start of the season as well, because of the Europa League, a lot of the games are clashing, the fixture list. But now because the Europa League is going to be after the season's finished,
Yeah.
you're not going to get them clashes. So maybe I'll put Chelsea. I think I'm. You know what? Chelsea third, United second. But I'd rather
Second?
Sorry,
Oh,
fourth.
I was gonna say. Fuck.
Imagine we
I'm
jump
losing
in.
it.
Is it
What
games?
end of season?
Ferdy.
Fuck, we lost it.
Say City second.
I'm not going to say Liverpool first because
We
it's
already know
not
who the
done yet.
We
champions
might
are.
drop
It's not
out. It's a
done
must-win
yet. It's
game.
a
We
must-win
know
game.
who
We
the
might drop
champions are.
10 years
No,
must
no,
pass.
seriously. Man City second.
City, obviously City
I
second.
think City second is inevitable. Who's third and fourth? That's the biggest thing.
I'd
for
say
us.
third Chelsea,
Yep.
and I'd say fourth. I'm gonna stick with Leicester.
Leicester staying in the
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
I think mine's exactly like yours. Exactly what Seba said for me. United, Chelsea, third and fourth, and Man City, Liverpool.
United
So I don't
definitely
see-
can squeeze into
I
that.
don't know why. I know Leicester got a very difficult run in.
You don't see him dropping out.
I don't know. I just don't see
You
them
know what?
dropping
They've
out.
been there the whole season, but you know what's funny? I've been saying from the very beginning they're going to drop out, and now COVID's happened. It's kind of threw them off. Since COVID, look how
That's
bad.
another thing too. Yeah,
Sheffield United haven't scored a goal since COVID. so-
Sheffield was amazing. And
Bro,
now,
watching
like,
their
for
results,
us-
make,
They
I was
meant
worried.
for
Like,
Sheffield.
Yeah, for like United, I'm like, remember last week in the last episode, we're like, bro, United, Sheffield, that's a huge game. Martial hat trick 3-0. What the hell?
Levels now.
All right, boys, another question I'll throw over to you. I'll start with you first, Fede. Relegation.
I think Norwich, 100%.
They got relegated.
I'm getting relegated, bro.
Nah.
Man, it's so tight.
Norwich-
You know
So
what?
I
Norwich
think it's
are gone.
27 points. I think Norwich are on the bottom on their own. I think the 4 teams above them are on 27 points.
Are they like 10 points from second last, Norwich?
Yeah.
I think
All
they're
right,
in
so
trouble.
right now we've got Norwich last on 21 points. I think let's
Oh,
all
it's
say
only- it's only six.
Gone.
3 of the bottom 4 on 27 points.
Yeah,
that's the
that's what I
problem.
saw. That's
Look,
what I saw.
Look, how about this? We'll leave Norwich as getting relegated.
Yeah.
I
Go
reckon
on.
it stays. I
Who's-
reckon it
Do
stays.
you reckon Bournemouth and Aston?
Yeah, I don't want.
You don't
Aston
reckon
Villa to
West
go
Ham or
down.
Watford drop in there?
Watford always they always
Oh,
get away with
Watford,
it.
Watford are
They
the-
always get away with it.
Watford is 1 point from relegation.
How about this? West Ham. I reckon West Ham will drop.
You reckon West Ham?
They've got a hard run in. They've got look at their running.
After the
the end of
players
the
they
season.
signed,
They
the
got
players
Chelsea
won.
next.
I reckon West
Like
Ham
new
will drop.
stadium as well.
West Ham will drop.
Olympic Stadium in the championship.
So you reckon
Big
Norwich?
div too.
I reckon Bournemouth, Norwich, and West Ham.
Borchi, what do you reckon?
I reckon it stays. I reckon
Aston
it stays.
Villa,
the same.
Norwich,
Yeah,
Bournemouth.
and then we get Jack Grealish for £2.
Yeah,
Well,
sweet.
he'll
I'm
be
hoping.
great.
I reckon.
I reckon it'll be a
Villa
great
stay.
sign for United.
What do you reckon,
Villa,
Seba?
Villa stay up. I reckon Bournemouth
And West Ham.
and Watford actually.
Watford.
Yep.
I actually
It's not even
reckon.
surprising because the
I actually reckon somehow,
close.
and I always got their jerseys mixed up as a kid. West Ham and Aston Villa. I reckon they both go with Norwich. West Ham and Aston
Yeah, they
Villa.
can- Yeah.
Brighton got the same jersey. They can go with them.
Burnley.
Burnley, sorry,
Burnley.
Burnley. My boys, Burnley.
Burnley. But you know what? I reckon West Ham and Aston Villa, Jack Grealish be able to be signed. And I think the one reason why I didn't want the season to get voided is I wanted to see Leeds finally come up.
Oh man.
Yeah, but aren't they losing?
No, they're still coming first, aren't
Nah, they'll come up.
they can still come up.
Who's
Yeah,
coming
I think
first
so.
in the
They've been on a
championship?
bad run since
West
we came
Brom.
back.
They
West
lost this
Brom?
morning.
Because you know what?
West Brom lost this morning.
Leeds and United, the rivalry is huge there.
Over there it is. Here we
Don't care. You guys are nothing. Yeah, well, whatever. But yeah, now you can wrap it up, bro. Go for it.
You want lettuce with that? Lettuce, tomato, onion.
Yeah, can I get some fries inside, please?
So yeah, guys, that was our. This should have been like pretty much
That
the.
was the moratorium of the EPL since Liverpool's won it.
Yeah, this should have been the last episode of the season, but it's like 7
Nah,
games to
nah.
go.
It's season's done for them.
But
anyway.
yeah, look, guys, thanks for watching again, boys. Once again, thanks for joining.
Fatty, congratulations again, man.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Enjoy it.
I love that I got to enjoy it for all of you, but straight out,
alright, bro.
not
We've-
taking the piss, not trolling. I love that I got to enjoy it for you guys.
No, of course,
throughout the
man.
whole season.
We're open-minded in that sense. You know, Liverpool
Yeah.
deserved it this year. We said it. We've experienced 13. I mean, as a United fan, I've seen 13, so it's new to you. I get it. It's all good.
It's new to me and back to back.
How many Champions Leagues have you won?
No, we've won
Yeah, how many
6.
Champions League have you won? All that right now. I'm
we
enjoying
can't-
the
we
moment.
we can't
I just
do that.
don't care. I'm
You
enjoying
guys
it.
won Champions League last year. You won Premier League this year.
We can't say, oh, you haven't won the league. We can't say this many days since the last time Liverpool won the
Yeah,
league.
Now you
Done,
can start on
done.
Arsenal.
We can't say
When's the last time
this
Arsenal
is,
won the
This
league?
is your year.
Oh no,
This
but
is our year.
What we can
can't
always
use that.
say, what I can always say is your biggest legend didn't win the league, so that's all I care about. Shit.
Hey man, right now we've won the league.
Nah,
I'm enjoying it right now.
congratulations.
Imagine they signed him up in January, Gerard.
Just
I
like
said
3
that.
appearances
Why
to get
didn't
to
they
the
I
do
league.
said that. Just put him on.
Do you reckon they should have done that?
Yeah, I think
100%.
so.
Just put him on.
But he's managing
That would have
now,
made
man.
me sick if they did
That would have. I would have been fuming.
now I definitely
I
would
would
have
have broke
that
the TV to see him in Liverpool jersey playing for Liverpool, like in the Premier League.
I got a new TV there. I'll just give it away. But yeah, well, guys, see you next
Until
time.
next
See,
time.
see you next week. There's a lot of games. I think there's games every single day next week. So we'll do our best to cover.
We'll be busy.
Even if we cover just 1 or 2 games in the week, yeah, we'll keep.
If not, just check live score.
live score, all that. Yeah. But yeah,
All right,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
later. Like, subscribe, and all that bollocks.
Is that the confetti?
Yeah.